Hello.
everyone. I am Marina.
I'm Marley.
And welcome back to our virtual
virtual
book
book
club.
club.
So, like we stated in our first video, we are going to be reviewing The Wish by Nicholas Sparks.
Yes.
We are going to be covering the first half. We've got some discussion questions that we will be talking about with you guys. You guys are more than welcome to comment down below at the end of the video. And then we also have just a little like self-reflection questions, I guess you could say, to kind of see how we interpreted what we read.
Right.
So
let's kind of dig right into it, I guess.
Let's get started.
Okay. So our first kind of question, debrief question is, did you expect The Wish to start the way it did? And how do you feel about Maggie? So, I'll go first.
Okay.
So, I didn't expect it to start the way it did. I felt Maggie was, a free spirit, and she did all the traveling. She loves adventure, and then it hit with with the cancer. And just when she was out having fun, she's like, "Who are you to tell me what's on my back?" You know what I mean? So, but then after that hit me, and I kind of felt some empathy for her a little bit.
Yeah.
I kind of felt joy and a little bit of jealousy that she was able to do all that traveling.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly, I felt that kind of that, like, oh man, now what?
Yeah, I agree too. I was not expecting it to jump right into her having cancer.
Right.
And that's something that you usually find out towards the end of a book.
Mm-hmm.
And for it to like start as an opening, it kind of wondered where it was going to lead.
Right, like what could be worse kind of than that. But
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And like I do agree with you too. Like she has her own gallery. She has, a YouTube channel. She travels the world. Yeah. And you think she has it all, but really she's going through a lot at such a young age.
Absolutely.
So, yes. Mm-hmm. So, how did you feel about Maggie's revelation in 1995 when she found out that she was
pregnant? I think what happened, she was wild and free, and she just was kind of like, finding herself, I feel. She was just living in the moment, young, wild and free.
Mm-hmm. Young love. Young love.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think young pregnancy is so life-changing.
Absolutely.
And I mean,
I can't relate personally.
But me either. But that is a big responsibility.
Absolutely. I can only imagine what she's going through, what her parents went. It was crazy. Yeah.
Yep. Just to figure out, like, should you put them up for adoption? Should you not? Like, just to be able to provide for a child, like,
and that kind of goes into our next discussion question. Like, would you make the same decisions Maggie's parents did by sending her to Aunt Linda's?
I personally don't think I would have sent my child to North Carolina. One, her being so young, I mean, that's overwhelming, fearful, and I want to be, as a parent, like a support system.
Yeah.
I want her to feel able to like come to me for assistance, and I can kind of point her in the right direction to help her in any way that is needed. So,
yeah, no, I I feel like in today's world, like, obviously this was back in 1995.
Yeah, that was
long ago, actually. Within the book setting, right? I was 5, so it's just, I think they did what they thought they could have done in that time. But I personally wouldn't have sent her away because, like you said, with a support system and you're learning to work through a problem together, and getting through the problem, or getting through that like finding a solution to the problem together and working through it is kind of better than just kind of throwing it to the side, like oh, Aunt Linda,
right,
here you go.
Throw it on her.
But
exactly.
I understand where they were coming from with, like, they didn't want people to be talking about her.
Yes.
the young pregnancy. You know, you got to play the devil's advocate. So it's a very hard question to really hone into. And we would like to hear your guys'
let us know. Definitely. That is a deep question because off of what you were saying, it kind of makes you wonder, like, were they kind of more focused on the judgment from others on them,
right?
Like how could you let your child go off and do something like that? And so I think they may have been fearful,
right?
So
yeah.
So what impact do you think Mark will have on Maggie's life and gallery? He kind of came in.
Yeah, no,
suddenly.
Right. Something big, I feel. You know, because one, he came in with his resume and they weren't really hiring.
They weren't even hiring.
Yeah.
Nope.
So I wonder, you know, he from the interview and everything, he wants to be, you know, a pastor or something, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And follow kind of in his dad's footsteps and stuff like that. So I just am kind of curious on, you know, he says he wants to relate the artwork with the cultural part of religion.
Yeah.
And then, you know, because they're both really hot. There's a lot of different religion. There's a lot of different art. So maybe he's trying to put pieces together and see how he can explain things to different people, you know, because who knows? That's what I got. You know,
he's definitely going to play a significant part.
Yeah.
And I think he is going to turn out to be like a comfort level.
Yeah.
For Maggie, someone she can confide in, someone that may bring like happiness back into her life in some way. Yeah. Maybe bring a light back to the gallery or something.
Absolutely.
There's going to be
something's up with Mark.
Yes.
So,
yes.
You know.
Yep. Do you feel when Maggie went to North Carolina and she met Bryce, do you think that Bryce was her saving grace or the photography?
I think a little bit of both. I think that, you know, finding someone her age and then finding something that they could share together other than schoolwork, you know, being her tutor and stuff like that, just to kind of get a hobby, so then that way going back home she has something to kind of fall back on in a way, I think.
It gave them that common interest.
Yeah.
So they could focus more on that rather than the real
reason why she was there. Which is super cool because she learned so much from Bryce with the schooling and then him teaching her about the photography and using a camera and doing the film and having that what is it, darkroom?
Like the
dark
red
room,
red
dark room, whatever, in their house. I think that's super cool.
That is cool. I would like that myself.
Yes, if I was into photography that deep, like I love taking pictures.
Me too.
I have over 30,000.
I have a ton too. Yeah.
So
for sure.
But yeah, no, I mean, we can go into how do you feel Maggie's illness has impacted Mark in the book, and how has it made her change?
I think that Mark is going to realize like how precious life really is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Or I'm thinking even I think in a part she says she never really told anybody this story. So maybe it's her reflecting on her life and kind of her seeing herself in a new way, or, you know, telling her story, and she actually, you know, things
she can get it off her chest.
Yeah.
She finally found someone where she felt comfortable enough to say, hey, this is my story and this is how I really felt.
Yes, because she did, you know, having that thing, like her parents cared what other people thought, so she put that on herself, and now, you know, she's older and she simply just doesn't care, you know, she just wants to now tell her story. Yeah, I think that that's really great.
Yeah, and I think it's powerful too that she shares her story on YouTube so that she can share it with others that might be going through the same struggles.
Right, yeah.
Because you kind of do think that you're alone in those situations.
Absolutely.
And if you don't really have anybody to turn to, well, let's try to find a community that might, be able to kind of talk back and forth.
Absolutely. Definitely.
So, yeah. But I think Maggie also has, like you said, she's found the meaning of life.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that's good. I don't know.
Yes.
So that is pretty much our questions that we kind of went through as we're reading and reflecting on the book. Did you want to do the other questions too? Like,
sure.
On this? How does the book making you feel so far?
Okay, so when I read a book, I always think of one word that try to sums it all up. And for this one, it was reflection, because it made me reflect on, my life could be a lot worse than,
Absolutely.
it is. And I'm blessed for what I have. And so I have to realize, like, what is the meaning of life? What is like the quality of life? What brings you happiness? So I think just reflecting on what reality is for some people, and I gotta be thankful.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that. I don't have anything better really to say other than yes, it's really good on reflection. It's I don't think I have anything better than that really.
Okay, all right then. So, what was your favorite part of the book that we read so far?
So my favorite part. I have a lot of favorite parts, but I like when Bryce and Maggie meet on the ferry. I like that Bryce talked to her aunt and Gwen. I think Gwen was there.
Yeah,
they chatted, and so they told him about Maggie already. And then when she went down to kind of like look out into the water and whatever, and then seeing Daisy the dog, like and then him doing the palm reading and stuff. I thought that was kind of cute.
That was cute,
and I think that that obviously stuck in my head. So I feel like that would be my favorite part as of right now.
He was a little trickster. That kind of gives you an idea of his personality.
Absolutely, yes.
Because he knew that she was coming. And so I think he tried to make her comfortable right from the get-go.
Yes,
make it fun.
Think so. Yeah, and plus, it being Ocracoke being like a smaller island where there's not a lot of kids his age.
Yep.
I feel like that kind of made him feel.
Yeah, there's not a lot to do, so you have to just form relationships with do what people you that are there.
Absolutely.
Yes, and I think my favorite part was the unconditional love that Maggie started to feel from her Aunt Linda.
Yes.
Like, she may not have felt it really from her parents because she was sent off, but finding that someone that, supported her and loved her for her was really powerful.
I think I agree with that as well. I think that is actually, one of the things. So we have what sentences stand out to you.
Oh, yeah.
So that was coming up. And so she told Mark that Aunt Linda had grown closely over the years, and she hadn't elaborated fully, but she thinks that, she made a difference in her life just as much as she made a difference in hers. So,
oh yeah,
I think that that's very powerful.
Oh yeah, yep.
So
yeah, because her aunt did end up sharing stuff with her.
Yeah,
and so they were able to kind of talk back and forth openly about that. The sentence that stood out to me was visiting other places changes your perspective, helps you understand no matter where you are. And what country you're in, people are the same everywhere.
Absolutely, yes. I couldn't agree with you more with that.
I mean, everybody comes from different walks of life, and you may always seem like the grass is greener on the other side, but that's not always the case.
That is true.
Yeah. I mean, I've been blessed with the opportunity to travel different places, and wherever I go, there kind of seems to be the same
Yeah.
Not the same issues, but it's kind of like
aspect
the
of things.
same.
Like, okay, there's there's people, there's grocery stores, there's
Yes.
there's things to do, but people are all the same no matter
Mhm.
where you go. There's
Yes.
you got your nice people, your different people, and
You're different people.
your rude people. You just
Exactly.
it is what it is.
We're all just trying to
Yeah.
get through life and figure out.
We all have some kind of purpose.
Yes.
Off topic, but I've seen in the other day a picture of these cars going down the highway, and a little blurb come up on each car and says, "I just lost somebody," or
Oh,
"I
yes.
put down a dog," or I'm on my way to a funeral, or I'm on my way to a wedding. There's so many different things that people are going through, and so
Yep.
reflection on everything. It's just
gotta kind of put yourself in other people's perspective, I guess,
absolutely.
Too. Because you may be going through your struggles, but you got to realize everybody else is too.
Yeah, everybody has something that they're fighting with. Yep. Some kind of demon, I guess.
Definitely, for sure.
Yes.
And I guess, is there anything you can relate to?
Yeah, no, a little bit. I guess feeling alone a little bit, being when I was younger, of course, I had a feeling of being alone, and I had depression and stuff like that. So like I can kind of relate to a little bit on that. But I mean, I think that would be it. I'm not gonna go really in any more deeper than that.
No, no, that is perfectly fine.
I'm good. What about you?
I would have to say the part I could relate to was when Bryce introduced Maggie to his mom, and she happened to be in a wheelchair.
Okay.
And Maggie was kind of caught off guard, and she's like, "Well, wait, why did you not tell me that she was in a wheelchair?" And he was kind of like, "Well, why would I have to? My mom is my mom. Like, that's just all I know."
Yeah.
And I do relate to that because I have a younger brother, who has Down syndrome, and that's not the first thing that I say about my brother when I am like telling someone about him or like introducing him. It's like, it's my normal, just like Bryce said, it's my normal.
Yes.
So, I mean, my brother and I, we fight, we bicker, we laugh, we have fun. So it's like any, other relationship you would have. So, I mean, yeah, I think that's the one part that I really related to the most.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that, but your brother is a handsome man.
Yes, he is. He is a funny guy.
He is. So, did it keep your interest?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's a given. Like, that's just like, you know.
I read the book quite quickly because I just needed to know what happened next.
It was just like a page turner. Like, okay, oh my gosh, what happens next? What happens next? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
So, don't want to give too much away, but just being our first part, I think that should be good. I know a lot of you are tuning in that might not have read the book, have maybe wanting to read the book. Sorry if we spoiled a little bit of it for you, but that was just the beginning.
But yes, so just go grab the book and read it along with us. We're really excited to see what you guys have to say. Again, no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, no, we're all here to reflect.
Yep.
Exactly. Go back to reflection,
Yep.
So yeah. I think next we're gonna be doing the second trimester.
On to the end.
Yeah, on to the end. So stay tuned for that video, of course. Maybe we'll dig into some deeper quotes in here or something like that. So,
and we will find out.
Yes. What Mark means?
What's the significance of Mark? There's got to be something.
Yep. And then Bryce, obviously, and
yep.
I don't know.
Anyway, until then,
all right.
keep reading.